Right, so we just making sure we inside nice and proper. And I want to make sure that everybody's on your screens as well, so you can see who's inside with us. And for those of you that have been listening to us on the band, I want to say good afternoon to you all. And I believe we're getting some issues where that's concerned, but just make sure that programming they're aware of it as well. But we on the band, and we also on the audio only. So you can also look for us on the Listen to Instant Radio and Surgery Street 919 FM on Trinidad and Tobago. You're going to find us there. Or look for us on Facebook. I am bringing up, let me see if I could do this here skillfully. So if I take this off and put this one here on, and you will be, which one you'll be, boy? I'm feeling like a old man, like a rusty in this thing, boy, and I hear almost every day. What's that? Okay, no, I've seen two of me now. What's this? Alright. So let me bring in number 2. Bringing that there. Right. So, boom. Alright. Oh, yeah, the adjustment on this one here. Right, so seeing 2. Right, so if it's 2, position, bring you here. Right. So I was telling you all about in terms of right. Just like that, it appear like magic. I was telling you all about that event just before I talk to you about the next event that we're gonna be talking about. But I just wanted you all to kind of get in terms of familiar with what we're dealing with, the kind of caliber things that we're dealing with. I wanted to do something a little weird and impromptu, and I was in the middle of doing it just before they told me what was happening. So I'm just gonna do something very weird here. It's just for you all to see for yourself that I'm not making it up. And there's a kind of Robin Platinum face too.
Hey boy, stink bad. Robin my face.
Nobody.
No see.
I can't ask the promoter if he mess up, because then he will say, well, he won't say that he thing, you understand?
I sir, you took me on the bus consistently, eh? Alright.
Hi. Yes, now. Wait. Didn't answer yet. I told the answer. Yeah. Just a kind of show you under the bus a little bit.
We can't show you under the bus. I go fix that. That's it.
You'll fix that?
Yeah.
How are you fixing that, buddy?
Is it for you to work for me, you know?
I hear you. You miss out. I mean, you did miss out. But I guess next time after this time when we see
Well, this one I'm there.
next time when we see
Hey, it have no.
it's a no comp, eh? It's a no comps again, eh? The pay thing and come in, eh?
Sir, my name is Link, sir.
Uh,
My name is Link, sir.
These days, links shutting down and thing, eh? Yeah, my guy. You might swipe and get declined. But anyhow. Yeah, and they go, boop, 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 boop. They'll say, do you have another card, sir? But, I mean, we have Jiggles Entertainment in the building. Mr. Jiggles himself.
Hey, Trinidad and Tobago. It's your boy, Jiggles.
And, of course, you know, he has been, he has been doing a couple events well, and while we have on the love side of things, we have a next event that is coming up, and this one, I mean, funny enough, I didn't tell Platinum that she was coming, and I realized that he started off in that mode in terms of the old school little, and I was like, all right, okay, all right, you know, yeah, all right, like. You wake up on the right side of the bed today. So, tell us exactly, you know, about this event.
So once again, good evening to Trinidad and Tobago, and basically to the world, because everybody's seeing
Yeah.
the street 919. So yeah, I'm Jiggles from Jiggles Entertainment. We normally do different types of events and whatnot. We want to get local programming back on in Trinidad and Tobago, but it takes time, it takes money, and those are the things that I'm trying to gather right now, which is the fun. So I'm trying my events, trying to get my name out. This event is Reminisce Children from the 90s. So yeah, I know you're saying, I used to hear that before with children of the 80s and whatnot. Well, I changed it up just a little bit. Children from the 90s. And the 1990 babies to the 1999s. So I know everybody outside there going to say, so I could come. I a little older. Yes, of course you can come. It's going to be held by SWWTU Compound, that's on Ryson Road in Port of Spain. Cafe Blues, big up to Mr. Carl Jacobs.
Good one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Mr. Jacobs, that Uncle Carl,
Yeah. That's what they call him, Uncle Carl.
Yeah. Big up to you too, Trini. I hope you're listening. Your boy bigging up your dad. He done renovate the place, looking nice. So we're going to be there from. We want everybody to get there by 10, but it's actually starting from 11 p.m. to 4. Meals come out. It's $150. We're keeping it real low, ladies. $120. Yeah. I see you watch me. Yes, $120. And yeah, we have for the younger crowd, we have tech songs, Loud and Bashy, David Degree. We also doing jello shots at the door and whatnot. We want to try to get persons, yes, from the younger side. We know 1998 would make you 24 or something like that, but and 1990 would make you 33, 34. But we want to get just the persons from that age group and beyond. We don't want to just, because when you think about it, 33 years of music is a lot of music.
There's plenty. Yeah.
So all the persons who want to shy away from the sorry, I'm putting it out there like this, but the so-called new gunman tune, that plaguing the radio stations these days. You want to get away from that? Come to my party. You're having an issue with payment because of school now starting. Come and speak to Jiggles. It's not no scene. It's all encompassing. We want everybody to come outside here. Yeah. And going forward, we're going to have more events just like the one Dale was talking about before, because we want to be the premier when it comes to love and bringing back love to Trinidad and Tobago. We want to get that in the psyche of persons outside there, that love can trump and overhaul anything outside there. Yeah?
Yeah. That song real good. Now, in terms of this event, which is happening at
Cafe Blue.
I don't know why I was going to say Kaiso.
Well, because it actually was. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It was called Kaiso Blue.
Kaiso Blues. I think it was a Kaiso House or something like that. Kaiso Blue.
Yeah. It was Woodford. I think it was Woodford Street. It was on before.
Yeah. And they moved to up there. And that's a nice, very nice space up there to have such event. And I mean, in terms of having the acts that is there, which I mean, you can't go wrong, especially with the DJs and 33 years of music. That's almost everything under the sun. Yeah. So what are some of the other things? Because I know I see Josephine studying her belly.
Come on, Dale.
I see
I'm going to study my belly because I can't see yours.
Yeah, Josephine.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Shots
Yeah,
fired. Everybody get low. Duck. Roll.
Stop it.
Yeah. Ouch.
No, but unfortunately, we wouldn't be doing like what we did the last time.
Right.
We're not providing food and whatnot.
Right.
The DJs by themselves are not cheap.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So unfortunately, we're not doing that. However, Uncle Carl has made it known to me. He say, "Hey, watch man, the bar going to be fully stocked. Anything that you see you want, It's there.
Yeah,
as
for
well
pictures.
as if it is that we want the kitchen to be open and persons just like my friend Miss Josephine.
Yeah.
Once they come, no problem. You can get some food and cutters and whatever the case
So you'll be
is.
able to get whatever
Of
it is you
course,
need
yeah.
there. So work with a little extra change.
As I say that. As I say that.
Yeah, work with a little
I'll
extra
give-
change.
You yours, Mr. Lynx.
You can't do it, Ken, boy. You can't do it, Ken.
Make sure and give. And I didn't know Miss Josephine was going to be here, but Miss Josephine,
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And it's just Josephine is fine.
just Josephine.
Yeah,
All right.
Josephine's fine.
Well, if you want it to be something more than just Miss Josephine, and you want to get something, to the front of that,
Yeah.
come to my party. You might actually pick up.
You might pick up.
You might pick up.
Enough history of picking up at that party, and it's only good
you
things.
know, and you know from experience, Dale?
Huh? Huh?
You know how it's supposed
Hey.
to be pitched?
No, don't put me. Don't do that. But no, on a real though, children of the 90s.
Yeah, children and um,
You know, it's good to reminisce, and this is something that I believe that guys, you'll need to come out there. Don't go and waste your time and go. I mean, nothing wrong with the Avenue and some of them waste parties on them, eh?
Buy clothes.
But you mean you have to come out in your you have to come out in your best. You have to come out in your best. Yeah.
But, Links, it's starting at 10 o'clock, huh?
Huh?
It's starting at 10 p.m., so pajamas might work.
Lord
You
Father.
see?
Anyway.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
Dale, don't stop.
I mean,
Wow.
you could try with that little team thing and be
Wow.
reminiscing. And the best time to reminisce is in your bed, in your PJs. You know.
I wonder if just good, and
I am definitely not coming in PJs. I could tell you that.
no, I never know. Like,
know?
It was good for Hugh Hefner.
Huh?
It was good for Hugh Hefner.
Serious?
Yeah, but he was always taking off his clothes. We want our people.
Yeah. We want
our
people to
keep
see.
on,
Yeah, keep
on
your
their
clothes on.
please.
Keep
on
your
their
clothes. Yeah, keep your clothes on.
You know, another thing, persons on the last time I was here, we were talking about safety. And, because it's on the outskirts of Port of Spain, persons might be inclined to be asking that same question. Once again, I don't play with that. You came to my last event.
Nah, very
It is
serious.
Correct. We're not playing with any disrespect of women. We're not playing with any persons tampering. If you don't know, let me tell you, the yard that houses the club has parking, and it could literally hold probably about 150 cars.
And secure parking too at that.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't have to be worried about your car being secured. So you can come down with your Aquas, your Tidas, your
all the hot cars.
Yes, you can come down with it. I know about all of that, Mr. Lynx.
Well, I might get your bicycle take me out of here, but I'm sure your bicycle will not be taken. Come down. No, but I mean, on a real though, the environment there is very, very warm. In fact, when I went there a couple of times, and there's actually people who help you and tell you, you can go and park here, take a thing, whatever. Yeah. And of course, with the reputation that Mr. Jiggles has as well, I know that will be added. And of course, right around in the area too, you have police on right down the corner. So, and I mean, no, but there, that area, and I've never heard any kind of scenarios, anything like that there. And I mean, you're coming out to have fun.
Correct.
Republic Day is
right around the corner.
So this is like the pre-holiday pump.
Correct.
Come out and
second.
You come out and here was my plan, right? I come in the 22nd, calling in sick the 23rd.
Wow. Okay.
And he said that live.
We stayed up the 24th because it's a holiday. And the 25th is the holiday for the holiday. And if anybody tell the boss that they hear me say that, I will deny it. I'll say that's not me, it's AI. Right?
So last week, did you not say you weren't coming to work on the Sunday? And then somebody called and said, but Dale, you don't work on a Sunday.
Oh, shucks. Well, doing me that. Right? So, the 22nd of September, 10 p.m., we rocking. I would advise you all come in, get in early. because you need to.
Quick tips, you know.
Bro, it's not children of the 80s or 70s.
We're not going back that far. Links, we're not.
We're not going.
No.
So I'm
I,
a travel fox and thing.
of course, that is
But
90s.
that's the 90s.
I literally, I'm being honest with you. Yeah? This might go against me, but I really did not want to hear Frankie's. I really didn't want to hear that. It is. I'm sorry. It is a 90s. We have 33 years and plus. We have 33 years plus to play.
So you can play less Killy Bang.
You don't need to play Frankie's.
Yeah.
We have so much different music from different genres. You
Right.
could find different things to play. We don't want to ostracize people from coming to a brand that is new, but at the same time, we want to remember and give respect, to the forefathers and to the persons who are listening now, who want to give that support.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
I don't want to ostracize, but at the same time, we need to know that there's a ever evolving door to entertainment. And don't worry. Again, if you're interested in coming, you can contact me on all social media, but you could also contact me at 316-3696. I'll say it again, 316-3696. Contact me for your tickets, and you guys come in. And I'm telling you, next year when we do different events, or we do another singles event, they're going to be invited because we need, ladies outside there, go and get close. We need to get Dale that love of his life. You hear how deep are going down. We need to get Dale that love of his life.
I like how jiggle do The funny thing is, he's single the least years, eh?
He's single the least
Out
years.
of all of me, yeah.
Really?
He's single the least
This
years.
man claiming singleness and
Wow.
I don't have nothing, sir.
Huh?
So in certain circles, they wear hats to weddings. The ladies wear hats to weddings.
Okay.
So are you saying that you have a hat you want to wear to a wedding? Because you want Dale to get the love of his life, or another love of his life?
But
Yeah, she said another love.
Yep. Well, of course, he has a love of his life, and from what I know, is his son. But
Yeah. See that next one.
We're talking about romantic love here. So
you
want a hat? You have a hat? You want to
I don't have a hat. I don't put no hat upon no man. However, I'm quite sure that I can get someone who is willing to rent him one for 30 years plus. So we could do it with someone new as in your circles as well, you know. You know the British sophisticated type of vibe and look and sound. We could get someone for you as well, you know. If you're not already
you see, she's smiling.
married.
I think Josephine would like something like that. And I believe though, like every time that I speak about that, I mean, we're talking about reminiscence,
Right.
and it's very important. You know, I want to make sure you guys come out. I'm gonna share this stuff on my socials as well. And if you need the tickets, if you didn't get the number, you could always hail me, and I could just put you on to Mr. Jiggles himself. And you know, make sure there would there be any tickets at the door as well too.
Yeah, of course. You could come down. We're selling the tickets at the same price. We're not raising it.
Yeah, you see,
We're not doing anything like that. You could go to those guys right on French Street, the
Right.
hardware. They
Right.
have tickets as well. Those guys hardware, French Street.
You're right.
Mr. Douglas, I hope you're hearing that.
But so those guys hardware on French Street, y'all could go get tickets there.
Yes.
You could contact Mr. Jiggles himself, and anywhere else again besides that you could get the tickets.
No, just call me and I'll
make arrangements.
Correct. I'll get it to you.
Yeah, and
It's
if
not
it
a
doesn't
problem.
get through, come down the road and say, hey, we come in this thing, get us a nice little snazzy spot, come with a little extra change just in case you know you gotta get a little something to munch on, and you know,
Not working.
and yeah, links not working.
Which links we talking about? The links by him or
Nah, it had to be DJ links. It can't be it had to be platinum links. It can't be the links. I know the links up. They working. But yeah, you know, come with your little extra. And of course, you know, come to enjoy yourself. You know,
left your machine home.
The thing about it is I've always music of the 70s, you know, them 70s and 60s parties, you're always hearing about that. You really don't hear much about 90s parties. So, you know, you will come at 70s party or 60s party, you see people come out in their afros and their stilts, this, that, and the other. And now is the opportunity where we have a whole era.
Right.
Children of the 90s. To come and enjoy themselves, listen to music that they have grown up listening to, you know, like the Nelly and Kelly, Roland, the Leman. And I find that those kind of music is better than the 20s music, the 2020 music that we have, 2020 going straight out to 2023.
I want you to think about this, eh? Now, I know that he's listened to only 91.9, but I'm quite sure that to hear what other stations have to offer and what they're giving, I'm sure you're listening. Have you seen a trend where they're literally moving away from the known music?
Yeah, and going right back to
going back?
Yeah. I actually was scrolling through today, and I was listening. I was like, oh, you know, the long meaning of this song.
Exactly.
And I went a good distance today, and I'm like, this thing.
Exactly. So you're seeing what we're trying to do. We are literally trying to not capitalizing, but we're trying to get people to go back to the good old days. The same thing I said when I was here the last time with Ricky Tiki and all those. We want people to kind of reminisce about just the good days when things was good.
When I could go to a party and I get busted for taking a wine on a man girl.
Of course, when you go to a party and you have on your suede Reebok or your Clarks or your Center Stitch, and a man come on and he mash you and you're like, oh God, bye, Bradson, bye, and you wipe it up, dies it.
Yeah. Or in fact, the man and all bending down and wiping off your shoe for you, and then I say, oh, I drink, where you drinking?
You understand?
Yeah, you know, and I think those were the days where I had liked to go and party. Yeah, you know, and I used to enjoy partying those timing because not only the music was a kind of eclectic energy. Bro,
that is the word.
You know it is to go a party and you want to hold your heart and you're thinking and you're singing and you're thinking it's like and you're feeling it, you know. And it didn't matter if it was dancehall, reggae, soca, if it was even slows. Hey, I used to love to go in a party, and when you hear the DJ say, sometimes you know some DJs will come and say, we're gonna bless the party. Or we're going to start over the party. And all the ladies inside there start to sing and they get, Nelly, I love you. And and you start to sing. And then you start to, these are my confessions. And bro, I'm telling you. So imagine now, we are bringing this back for you to reminisce on those party days. And if it is in your timing for the children of the 90s, you're born in that time, and mommy and daddy then used to lay out the house. But you know, a lot of people in the 90s who were sheltered, So you'll find that, you know, they didn't really go out. There was more church, school, home. When you do get to...
I can't say that.
No, when it is you do get to think, it would have been like around holiday time. And I think around that time into Movie Tongue now come out.
But my school party.
And that is the thing. And nothing was wrong with that.
Exactly, nothing is wrong with that. We want that atmosphere of the Mayfair, of the bishops. You remember that? When you're scrubbing a tile. When it is this, when you see what
scrub. In my time it was called rent a tile.
All of that. All of that.
Wow.
But they're scrubbing on a wall. When it is you see DJ Lexus Superior, because he gonna be there too.
Ooh, that Lexus is a good one.
I'm telling you, big up to you. Stewie, big up to you. When it is you see he starts.
Yeah, boy.
And he started Lego. Beanie Man. The back in the day cartel.
I come by myself, yes. I come in by myself.
Hey, you can come with your queen, left a machine. You could come with that part is true, but you still carry it in the car when you say you're going home. Yes, what I'm saying, what I'm saying, you can bring.
To pick somebody, invite them.
Yeah, invite them. I have no problem with that because the minute you see you want to take somebody and dance somewhere else, she's not going to get upset because I'm quite sure it's going to have enough gentlemen, as well as gentle
No, but-
ladies there.
But you know something as you say that, right? Even in those timing, I remember you will come there with your you'll come there with your little madam. You come there with a lady. And people had no problem with other people dancing with the person that they came with.
Correct.
Because we were having genuine,
It was just genuine
clean fun. I remember my first set of parties that I started to go to in that timing, right? And you didn't have to worry about the jewelry that you had on.
Correct.
You didn't have to worry about anything. Men, and we wasn't even homophobic.
Right.
Yeah,
Not to go down that road, but we wasn't even homophobic.
Right. Yeah.
So it was to a point where a man you don't even know coming and hugging you up and dancing and
correct.
jumping up and, hey, boy! And you're like, yeah, boy! I mean, no, I mean, I remember
Yeah.
at that time I went to a party, and to tell you the honest truth, it was the first time I drink rum out of a potty.
Out of potty.
Yeah.
Out of a posy.
Out of a
The man come in the people party with a posy. He bought a bottle, about 2 or 3 bottles of Johnny Walker, and he poured the Johnny Walker in the posy. Nice, and the ceramic one too, eh?
Aye.
Ceramic, you know.
So you know you are
And he
a,
put some ice in it.
guru of posies, are you?
Yeah, drinking from the posy. Yeah, it's a small thing. But I mean, I just said, and that was the kind of fun in those timing that I have, and just even talking about it and reminiscing about those timing, it's like I'm more excited now to touch down
I need to be there.
on the 22nd.
By going with my broken foot, mash up my knee, go on the people's school party with a cast from the top to the bottom. I
What?
don't mean it's
Story.
low, I whining low. I business 1 foot right down.
And guys, you don't have to worry, the 22nd is not in the middle of the week. The 22nd is Friday.
That's right. It's a Friday.
It's a Friday, so which means it's a long weekend. So you don't have to follow my advice and duck no work, because majority of us, besides, you know, lawmen and this kind of thing, I mean, you know, we could call in a little, we coming in late this Saturday. But, you know, Friday night, I think it's the best time. You finish work, you had a hard day, you go home, you freshen up, you put on a nice, something nice, comfortable. You don't have to come out in the expensive thing. You could come a thing in your closet. It go be dark anyhow, so nobody gonna be watching you no type of way.
Pajamas.
Smell
You
good.
can fall asleep, you can fall out of bed, roll off
Yeah,
the
what-
bed.
yeah,
roll
Josephine
into your
encouraging.
car.
Yeah, but Josephine encouraging.
Hey, this ain't true, yeah?
And this-
Brothers do them things.
And this is next week Friday, so you all have just about 4 or 5 days to prepare yourself. Make sure call Jiggles. If it is, as again, because I know told you my number and this thing, send me a message. If you're calling, get you send a message. I will just throw it out to all you. In fact, I will put it up and I'll put the numbers and everything that I can contact
I appreciate it.
him underneath. Get your things.
We go.
I am going to be there, right? I come in to enjoy myself.
I hope so.
You all come.
He coming to work, he coming to look.
Nah, normally when I go in party and thing is
It's
to
work.
play and to work and that kind of thing, and you know, help the people enjoy themselves. I come in and enjoy myself. I am going to get my crew on them. My crew is females. Let all of them line up the little 120. It's 120
120
for females. Well, I don't bring it no man.
150 for males.
Yeah.
Again,
Well, I have a very, very important question, which dates back to the very first time I came into the studio.
Are you sure it's this dancing thing?
I knew it going there. I knew it going
Will
there.
you be dancing, Dale?
Yeah, you could come and see me dance. I will come and dance. I'll come and dance.
It's
Because,
going there.
After
because
about-
were it not for the local general elections,
Right.
we supposed to have had a dance.
This one trying to
here
get me to dance in the
you
studio
know.
live on the people thing for the longest while.
Serious?
Yeah. So yeah, what's this scene? All you want to see me dance?
Go on,
22nd. That's Friday coming.
Yeah.
I know they go see me dance. Cause plenty of them pushing the narrative. So you'll come out. We will all dance. We'll all dance together, right?
Play the conga. Do a conga line.
All of that.
You can't do electric slide because that's not in the 1990s.
I mean, you could still do it. In fact, in those timing, the electric slide, I think the electric slide lived through all eras. But the electric slide was more like when in the hype of the party,
Yes, get
and a
on
man just drop and say, oh yeah, I want fall there, boom, and then it's electric, and everybody go, woo! But
I
I mean,
think I think electric. I think if I'm not mistaken, electric was 89.
yeah, 89. It was just before.
89.
Yeah, so it could.
It's
could-
like 10.
I think.
I'll
is
check it and see.
89.
But I think it worked out.
It's a timeless thing, yeah. It is a timeless
Electric
thing.
slide fitting anyway, and then no, you know what they did after they had the updated
Just like
the cha-cha slide with the one too.
Right.
I'm being honest with you. I don't think I want to hear that one.
No, but I
can do it the original. I don't think I want to
I
hear.
think with all the
cha-cha.
music,
Yeah.
all the music that we have, I don't even think they might remember that at that point in time because we have so much real nice music.
96.
What?
Electric slide.
Serious.
Electric slide was 96.
Wow.
No, according.
Yeah.
You sure?
Marcia Griffith.
Yeah.
Yeah. 96.
10 years.
Nah.
Yeah, look at
Can't be
here.
96, man.
Look at here.
16 years ago.
96.
Yeah, boy.
It was 96.
Yeah. 96.
Wow.
That feeling so old.
Because here we're born.
They run it down too.
You.
Just know, eh?
So
That's
there's
not
something
money,
so
it's
different.
It have different
Versions, yeah.
The original.
The electric
original,
boogie.
no, here we're born.
Excuse
The
me.
song, the electric slide came out in 89. Not the song. The
Right.
Electric, the slide,
The dance.
The dance itself came out 1976. The dance itself was
that's
created.
Well, look how we getting real
Yeah, get
educated
this shit
here.
in.
Hey,
Yeah,
boogie.
it come out from Cowboy Motion. Freeze had one, then it had Cowboy Boogie, then the Electric
Electric
Slap
Boogie
had-
released.
Yeah,
Electric.
1990.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See, yeah.
So,
Look
okay.
at that.
So, yeah, so.
Well, it does come in.
It does fit in, yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
does
they were being silly, and guess what?
Yeah.
That's
No, but I
it
mean,
at that time.
That's 50.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what you-
it will be amazing to see the selections, and the variations of the DJs that is on the cast is what is going to make it interesting. Because if you have like tech songs, then you have Lexus Superior. Lexus Superior is one of the baddest songs in them
Oh,
time too.
you know how to tell me? I worked with Lex when I was in a different station.
Right.
And I know the
Yeah,
the man
but one
bad.
of the baddest songs out.
You know,
Diamond Neva.
it has some DJs does practice, and practice is good and whatnot and whatever the case is. You know what Tech does? Not Tech. Lexus does.
Yeah.
You know what he does? So he will literally, and I remember this, he will literally be coming from Lauketa, finish work, go on home to refresh and thing, and come back down the road. And he now coming in City Gate, pick him up, go on to the station. And one time,
Yeah.
he didn't study anything, and back in those days, he didn't have the computer telling you
Nah, yeah,
what the Bible is for you to play. And he just started
Yeah.
with the long chain.
Yeah. No, those are the days. So I mean, it's one thing you see when you start talking about it, and I know that persons who listening right now too, I'm sure you're starting to be like, you know, this song and I got good plan, you know, I'm gonna call X, Y, and Z and say, hey, we going this, we going that. You know, I don't have a little list here already. I think my car is full. I am going to, no, I'm literally going on.
So no room for me?
Well,
Well, here's the good part about it. I'm actually thinking about reaching out already to do something with them.
Right.
So big up to you already. There's one of your drivers as well. I'm looking to reach out to them to see if we could work something out as well for persons who want to come to the party. I know it's a bit late, but I'll still reach out to them and see.
yeah,
what we
sure
can-
something good happen. Yeah,
You never
I'm sure
know.
something good happen with that. And that'll be real good too because you're getting safe, secure, dropped, and when you punch back in the app again, and I'm sure when those drivers will be very happy to serve. You know, in that regard, especially knowing, hey, it's have a party happening, XYZ, people need to reach down and they need to go back home after. You know? And as you say that, I remember even seeing some young ladies after when in the other event, you know, they went and they tapped together right to reach home, and you know, right here's a nice thing. But I think that this is something that you'll need to come to. You will not regret it. I have been to a Jiggles entertainment event before. It would have been my first event, and I must say that I was very impressed. In fact, I was surprised, even the fact that, imagine I sit down here and we talk about the event, had an interview, and still Richard was surprised. You understand? So that alone could tell you all exactly what it is. I see Ontario inside as well too. Orlando, Florida is inside the place. Only buy all the tickets and come down Trinidad just for the 22nd too. You ain't go mind.
Hey, give me 5 years. I'm going to be in Ontario doing the same thing.
See?
Trust me.
So I mean, and of course, you know, it's only as you sat there and I started to remember the event based on the direction which it is we wanted to go to on a Saturday here. I believe that there are some things that will fit very nicely.
Hey, call me. I have no problem in doing that. Call me.
Platinum, remember what I was talking about with where we wanted to go, and I think that it will work very fine.
Call me. I
Very
have absolutely no problem in that at all because my views on love is not exactly the what's the word I want to use? It's not exactly what mainstream want to talk about. It's not. And unfortunately, we have gotten so westernized that when it comes to love, we look at things how the Americans look at. We look at things what not even the Russians. Imagine you have certain things being taught to children that shouldn't be even taught, period, until they get to a certain age.
Correct.
Regardless of your position.
Correct.
You know?
And sometimes it's be too late when it is you actually learn about it.
So, I have a question.
I like how she does that. I have a question.
She's just bringing it in real smooth.
Yeah, with that British kind of tongue. Yeah.
So, as you know, Dale has been talking about relationships
Yes.
for the last 2 or 3 weekends.
Right.
You have a girlfriend, a wife?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Let me.
You have a girlfriend?
I'm going to put it out there. I am dating, however. Good day to you, Shadi.
So let me ask the question that had these 2 young men in horror. If your significant other or your girlfriend were to take off your shoes for you, how would you feel about that?
Taking off my shoes for me?
Yeah, you've just come in from a hard day's graft, a hard day of work. You sit down, and she comes to you and says, "Hey, babes, you've been working hard today. Let me help you take off your shoes."
No, I could go 2 different ways with that. No. It's actually is quite serious. I could go 2 ways with that. One, I have no problem with a woman taking off my shoes for me because I would do the exact same thing. And considering how my work load is, schedule and whatnot, I'm in pain all the time. Wow. So if my woman wants to do that for me, I have no problem with her doing it. I would do it for her as well.
Wow.
But
kudos to you.
If I have sweaty feet, I want my because I ain't want to spoil no mood. How my brethren across the road I said mood. Mood. I don't wanna. No, I'm not going. You're mad. No.
Jingles.
Oh God!
When you smell that sweaty feet, you get jiggles. But yeah.
No, but I said it right the first time. It is jiggles. Yeah.
Mr. Jiggles. Especially if you have sweaty feet. Who says you're not in the mood? Because you'll be tired.
No, not wrong. If it's one thing I can say that the Trini men has not acclimatized with the Western culture in is once you say mood is mood. we don't subscribe to that. The only thing that really gets a man out of it, really and truly, is anger and sadness. To be honest with you, if it is he's tired, he had to fall asleep on it for him not to want to do that. That's the type of tired we're talking about. But Trini men, it's all about if you're angry or sad, and that just affects your mood and your performance.
So therefore now, today, I'm 1 point today.
So what was your answer to the question?
Nah, I not on. To me, I look at it differently. In terms of a woman, you come home from work, you come home, and the routine, or she come in and just taking off your shoes off your feet, that kind of thing. I find it to be like more enslaving then. You know, because to me it's like, you just come in, taking off my shoes. Hi, baby, thing, whatever. I mean, let me just say, you're working whole day from morning till, like, we say 6, 7 o'clock in the night, you come home, your foot smells sweaty. Yeah, my girl will smell, depending on how that is work out. And, you know, you come, you take off my shoes, and you'll keep doing that, let's say, every day. So the day that you stop taking off my shoes now, I will say there's something wrong.
I see where you're going with it.
And then at the same time, I just personally feel that that's kind of like it's like I enslave any woman that get a sense now.
So everything works in context, and the context that Miss Josephine said was more so, you had a hard day and you come home and your baby girl just, not that it was an everyday thing.
So it's like a once in a blue moon kind of.
So if it's going down that line, I would and understand your point. But if it's just your girl home, you come home, because if you do it one day, you're not going to be coming late every single day. It must have a day that she working late or whatever. And you reciprocate.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't see it as something that every single day. And it's so weird that you would say that, because part of the thing that I keep thinking in my head is that we've gone so far away from assisting each other, our significant others. We've gone so far away from assisting them that we see things as chores instead of assisting.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's gone so much matrimonial kind of, what's the word? Matriarch. It's gone so much to that side that we as men don't feel as if we deserve that type of thing.
That's true, eh?
We actually deserve that type of treatment as well. Hear what I say? As well, we deserve it.
Yeah, it's true.
Why can't we as men get that type of feeling from the women who claim to love us? Let me give you a really, oh Lord, Mr. Iwer, don't get vexed with me. Go and hit it hard. But the recent demise of a couple recently,
This week.
every single person said, I wonder what he did, boy.
Yeah.
Every single person said, oh gosh, I feel bad for if it was the other way around.
Yeah.
Why he didn't just walk away?
Correct. And that is
Yeah, you're correct.
that is the sad reality.
And I'm
of,
sorry, I'm real sorry that people probably not
be.
going to like what I'm saying, but love does not work on our Trinbagonian small road. Love is a multifaceted highway that you see in Canada and the States with about 5-6 lanes going in one direction.
at a very fast pace.
Correct. Everybody
Yeah.
going in the exact same direction,
Yeah.
but in a different lane, at different speeds. So I'm sorry, but if it is that it is good for the goose, it's good for the gander too.
Yeah, that's true.
And we need to say she could have walked away just
As well. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
As the man. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And that is one of the things that you find that we in society, and I can't just say it's Trinidadian, I think this is worldwide. Everywhere, but especially in our population and how we think. Every single thing that happens, especially in that same regard, because I on the media and I hear people talking and you hear all kind of talk, and at the end of the day, everybody's saying, but the man and the man and the man. And at the end of the day, I've never heard one hand make a song. Yeah, like you wave, you ain't hear nothing.
Let me correct you with that, if I may.
Eh.
One hand does make a sound. You know what it does?
Eh.
When it slaps something.
True.
The disrespect that comes with it.
True.
So if you do it both ways, you're going to have the same a similar type of song, but it's going to be complementary.
Yeah.
It's not going to be something that hurts another person.
Correct. Yeah.
It's going to
And we
uplift you.
had a
I said
caller last
corrected.
week that he said he's married for 60 years, 62 years.
Yeah.
And and he's like, the key to the secret to his success is that of communication.
Yeah.
I agree.
Communication is a big thing.
I agree.
Yes.
Communication is a big
One person
thing.
may hear one thing, and that can trigger or send them
But look,
in another direction.
perfect example.
And
when you spoke about the taking off of the shoes,
Correct.
he understood it as one thing.
Correct.
Yes.
We understood it as something different.
Correct.
And then the problem with communication is, you see how we're all sitting in the room here, and it's not an argumentative environment where it is that you talking, I talking, he talking, everybody talking. We said something, he made how he felt about it, and then you said, well, I'm 1 point in front of Dale, and then everybody now was interested to find out what did Dale say.
Correct.
And why did Dale think about that?
Correct.
So Dale come now and Dale explains it. Everyone listened.
Correct.
And then we listened to understand what I was saying. And then you said, but you know something, Dale. I don't think she meant it in this direction.
Right.
And it is more or less in terms of, a one-time thing, you come home late, that happened, and then you could reciprocate, etc., etc., etc. Dale now on the other side, being a responsible, mature adult, sit down and say, you know what? All right, that makes sense. I could probably, it might smell a stick, but I could probably take that in. And if that is applied in relationships, where you are the sole thinker, in terms of you listen to everybody, what they have to say, to get to this is what it is, and not, this phone is black. I would have believed because of a reflection, it looked blue, but we have figured out it's black. And I figured it out. And we move on. And you're not just going with, well, Dale say this, you hear Dale say this, so this is this as well. And we didn't expand it. And I think like in relationships, and even human relation, not just man and woman, boyfriend and girlfriend, we together, we dating, but human in relation on a whole. I think that one of the biggest problems that we have, and a lot of times people fall out with people, is because we don't communicate, we don't listen.
That's it.
We don't.
Two
That's it.
ears, one mouth, twice as much listening as we do talking.
But I want to tell you something. You see that 2 ears that you're talking about? I have to ask the question because you're the only female inside here, so I'm asking it. I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm asking it. Do women know that they have 2 ears?
I love that question. I love that question.
So go ahead.
I can only speak for me because I've experienced both men and women doing more talking than listening, and I say that in the context too of you say something, and then either party, male or female, sometimes even the dog will put his 10 cents, that Mr. Jiggles, the dog will put his 10 cents, that before you finish articulating what you're trying to articulate, they come up with respond. And that's like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to explain. Give me a moment. So at least you now, kudos to you, you listened to what I was trying to say. And then brought in, Dale then had his comment and he listened to Dale. But it is both parties, men and women, and occasionally the dog, that need to listen more than they say.
I agree with you on that because a number of times I've realized, and unfortunately I'm sorry that I'm saying it this way and it's going to sound like I'm bashing, women don't remember that they have 2 ears. And as soon as you start to say something, they interject to defend what the person is saying about them, especially if it's something along those lines. They interject to defend. It's not something to defend. Let me give you a perfect example. Have you ever, men outside there, have you ever been in a situation where you're talking to someone, a female, and you're expressing how you feel about something, and instead of the understanding how you feel about the particular situation, they go on the defensive and they generalize it and start talking about, but man does do this too, instead of just understanding what the particular situation did to the man that caused him to feel a particular way.
Yeah.
And again, I said this in the last interview that I was here, if it is that we started understanding love. You, with your show, getting persons to understand the facets of love. We could curb crime. A particular prime minister said it some time ago. I'm not even going to say who it is, but a particular prime minister said it some time ago in a different country. He said that if it is that our women started looking at men a particular way, or men started choosing certain types of women, crime will go down. He said it. I didn't say it. He said it.
Yeah.
It will go down.
But I think in a way some of this stems from the home. That if you don't have a male figure, a good role model or figure, then it's hard then to have that sort of relationship or connection. So for example, single mother, single parent, for whatever reason, the father might be living away, he might be working away, maybe perhaps even studying, because sometimes that happens too. The father may have passed, the relationship may have broken down, and the father, for whatever reason, because you know it could be sometimes the father's decision, it could be the mother's decision to keep the girl children, or the boy children, apart from the other parent. And then there's no other role models around for the child to see how to treat with the mother, or treat with females, how to treat with males. Now, some do work on themselves and find a way to have that relationship. But unless you have that role model of, for the female, good morning, afternoon, evening, darling, how are you, babe? Come and sit down, let me take off your shoes. If they never see that, or they never read or listen to today's programs to hear this sort of conversation, they may not think to do it. And likewise, the boys, how do you treat with a woman? Is it that if she passes a short skirt, you must stand there and look at her, eye her up and down like if she's a piece of meat and whistle? Or is it that you help her to sit down so that she can, keep her knees together and remain in a nice, composed way? So it comes from both ways. And also the adults around those children, how they show the children, they emulate and demonstrate the role model, the behaviors. So for example now, with my nephew when he was, under 10, if I went to the supermarket with him, and we were living in the UK at the time, and so flowers are fairly inexpensive there, just because I would say, hey, let's take some flowers to your mummy. And I let him choose, and he would take the flowers, give it and go, push it to horse and say, Mom, these are for Mummy, these are for you. And then he put it on the kitchen counter and run off.
Yeah. Okay.
I said, no, come back here. Put it in some flour, put it in a vase with some water. Yes? And make sure your mama sees the flowers. And I'm hoping that in time, he will do that for his girlfriend and then eventually his wife. Same thing with my niece, to try and have a good rapport with her brother, so that she'll understand that when there's a male in her life, this is this kind of way to interact. Now, I don't have, just for clarity, I don't have her taking off her brother's shoes, okay? But it's like they're out, she's getting a drink for herself, she gets one for her brother too, and vice versa. And these little touches that, it helps the world become a better place.
I agree to that.
Yeah. It's a lot that goes into play where that is concerned. And well, I think majority it happens that way. There's also where there are homes that, we would think is all together, mommy, daddy, everybody there, the supposed role models there, and you still have that, fluctuation. And what I've realized, even where that is concerned, and I totally agree, even if we go right back into where the crime is concerned, because I believe that love, a lot of times when persons are of the subscription that they're in love, and emotions get involved, and at most times you don't really think things all the way through. We see things emotionally and not logically. And then what comes against you is also the law in terms of when you respond emotionally. So you may find that you and this person together, you and this person fall out. You fall out, you start to get emotional. You question any person, but why are you going to do that? And that person walk away. And you decide you stand up in front of them or you stop them or whatever the case may be. And when you look at it from a legal point inside, you could get yourself in problems.
Correct.
And the thing about it is, while the law may see and understand that, hey, brother, you're operating out an emotional thing and whatever, the law still stands as the law and it has to be upheld no matter what. And you'll find that what tends to happen is some people lose their cool because not everybody have self-control. Or, in fact, we all have self-control, but to a level.
Correct.
There is a button that can be pressed, and we will get you to where we need you to get you. And then you'll find that that person who you have an intimate relationship with, they know the button. Yeah. Majority of them, let's say 80%, knows that button to press.
Correct.
And what will end up happening is you will find that there is always that one person who wants to get back, and then there's that person who they love you, you know, they care about you, you know, but they're so upset. They prefer to be spiteful and resentful and do all kind of thing just to get at you. And you'll find that a lot of men fall victim to that. And not trying to be, what you just call it, a man bias because it's a man. But if you really check, domestic situations, majority of the offenders are who? Men.
Okay.
When you sit and you listen to the story, while some of these men are arrested for assault and all these different things, when you go more in depth into it, you realize that sometimes the aggravator is the woman, you know. But then guess what? Because of stigma, if a man lash a woman, it's lock up one time. If a woman lashes a man and he reports it, and I have to be very careful in what I'm saying because it's no fault of the police. But because of how things are, if a man come and say this woman beat me, we will do an investigation to conclude to get facts. But if a woman come and say he beat me, she just ought to come crying. And that's that. We will investigate still, you know. But what we will do is we will hold you temporarily until we solve the situation.
Yeah, because you come across, you being the universal you,
right?
You come across
as a strong
and heavier person.
And this is the kind of things that I want to.
You see,
but no, I said that's why it comes across. But then I am, and I'm not a man hater. I'm not a man basher. I don't subscribe to the view that men are dogs.
That's a disclaimer.
Okay? It's a disclaimer, right? And I have read stories of whereby men 5'10", 6'3", are being physically abused by petite women.
Why is that?
5 foot to 5'2".
Why is that?
Because there's something in the man's head that he will say, I will not hit a woman.
And that's something good to have.
It's wonderful to have, but it's not something we've been trained to understand that, but our women have not been trained. And if you use the word train, if you use the word submissive, or if you use the word control, any of these words are literally like knives in women's backs. Men don't want to.
It's satanic when they say that.
The thing is, though, right? Because there was an actual case in. This was actually in the UK South, that the police got word of a domestic situation, and they went in, and the husband was sitting there or the boyfriend was sitting there on the staircase. And they ask if he's all right, and he says yes. But then they realize that he's wincing.
He's
wincing.
Wincing, okay.
Yeah?
Oh, in pain.
He's in pain.
Right.
And when they checked him out and looked at it further, the girlfriend who was 5'2" or something in stockings, and he is 6 foot something, she was physically abusing him. Right? And the thing is that maybe he might have seen his father beating up his mother, physically being abusive to his mother, and took the stance that he's not going to be like his father. And then there are women who may have seen the mother abusing the father, maybe verbally, that she doesn't have respect for men. Because again, it comes back to the role models that the children see, around them. So if they say respect, I'm not saying going to use the word love, but if they say respect, then that is what they will hopefully then emulate when they're older.
May I add to that?
Sure. I'm listening.
There's something that women don't understand, and I hope that most women, if they're not if, because I know everybody listening to 919 FM, I want women outside to understand this. I've said this so many times, and only recently a friend of mine, big up to you, Adi, told me that in the barbershop they said I should write a book. I'm saying this and I'll say it again. Men look at respect as love. It is not two different things. If you respect a man, he is going, and when I say respect, not your version of what respect is on a woman's side. Respect as if that man can literally give his opinion, and without anything else, no additions, no subtractions, no divisions. You just simply listen. I ain't telling you to hush your mouth. Just listen to what the man has to say. Understand what he's saying. Let me go into tertiary education a little bit. The way communication works. Someone says something. You were talking about it. Someone says something. It goes out into the universe. There is noise that attaches to the message. There is the retrieval of the message. There's an understanding of the message.
Yeah.
And then there's a reciprocation of what you understand what the message is. That's what proper communication is. Unfortunately, plenty outside there do not do that. They hear something, they pick up on a trigger word, and they go off. I remember very recently I told someone, shut up. Now, I don't even have to look at Miss Josephine. I don't even have to look. You could watch out. I don't even have to look. You see? And I heard the slapping of the lips. We're three men. If a man tells a woman, shut up now. I just want to, just shut up. But you don't even get the opportunity to say, I just want to.
No, that's the day.
That is it.
That's the day. Lock off.
Because the connotation of the word shut up says so much. But a woman says it to a man.
And it's different.
It's completely different.
You're not allowed to ground off.
But
You're not allowed to ground off.
But then see, Mr. Jiggles, and seeing as you only just met this evening, I would never tell a man to shut up.
That's
you. That's you.
And likewise, I would not like a man to tell me to shut up. Now, if you say to me, Josephine, love,
No.
Give me a moment.
No. We having a heated argument. We having a discussion. And you said it. You said it. You sending all the needles my way.
And as you respond.
Yeah, but for me now,
Send
I
here.
have.
Straight to jail.
I show you.
Show me the key.
I show you. I'm not always this calm, cool, and collect. Whether it was with a male or a female. I'm saying this because I have brothers and sisters.
Oh gosh, I should write this down because I want to say it.
But however, I have never, ever said, shut up.
Right.
I said it to the dogs, though. No, they were the dogs. I never told them shut up.
Be quiet.
Exactly.
But I didn't say, the thing about it is with women.
For me, all joking aside, I have never heard my parents telling each other, shut up. One.
Right.
Two, my mom taught us from childhood about the energy of words, the power of words.
Right.
And so therefore, I actually do think carefully, now in the pressure cooker for 10, 15 minutes. And even then, but I have never said, shut up, because I'm conscious that once you say things, and I'm human after all, but I do work on myself, once the words come out, you cannot pull them back.
True.
And so therefore, even when I'm angry,
You're careful about what you say.
I seek to. I
Right.
don't always achieve it.
I like how you just think it, but
Too.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to come here and lie on the people radio.
No, I'm not lying. I can tell you something.
I talk it how I
Let me
feel
tell
it.
you something. No, because let me tell you, give you an
I
example.
will tell you
too.
just now.
Just like how I mentioned, I was at St. James Medical. I think I said this a previous week, whereby I was told I could not travel in the ambulance with my very sick mom. And along that, in that whole situation, conversation, the ambulance, one of the crew members, the driver said to me, "You look like if you could be a Syrian wife."
Just so.
Just so, because as he posted them, wanted to elaborate, you'll all look up, you'll know always up the tricks. But my thing is that, and people said to me when I shared the story, "Did you not bawl this guy out?" I was like, "No," because I was so shocked, and my concern was for my mom.
Right.
So there are people who have called the guy every single swear word from A to Z, and then A to ZZ. But yet me, I was just very conscious of, I need help from my mom.
Right. Yeah.
So I didn't call anybody else on anything, but I'm talking about it on radio.
So we literally have a minute inside before we shut things down. And again, you see what has ended up happening.
Yeah, boy.
We come here, we're talking about reminisce,
Reminisce.
and it went in straight. And I'm glad though that you're here too, so that you could get a different perspective on all sides. And I mean, I know who you are. Besides Jiggles, Josephine would not know. My friend here may not know. But it's still good to get on all angles. And I think that this is something that ongoing people need to actually be able to sit and listen to a platform that you could get realness from. Not just somebody coming and telling you, boy, this and because I mean, you would say it, right? No, you are a different character in person. I am different. I may say something. Wait, that is where reach already? Nah.
What's on?
Wow, 10 seconds on the clock. So guys, this is a wow. We're gonna shut it down here. And of course, guys, get your tickets. Children of the 90s, reminisce. Contact Jiggles, or you could give me a buzz, or even send a message on the street, and we'll go from there.
And if it should happen to meet someone on Friday, communication.
Yeah, very important, guys. Up next, slow gospel music with Lester Suklal is up next.